Welcome to the 1-Star Weak Foot Show, FIFA 21 edition, starring your host, 1-Star Weak Foot, and our review specialist, 1-Star Weak Foot. Bow! Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to the 1-Star Weak Foot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews. I'm going to be your host today, 1-Star Weak Foot, and it makes me feel so nice to see you back on the channel. As always, thank you very much for clicking on the link to this video. So, as you guys know, we are going to be reviewing another Icon Moments player, and I think he embodies exactly what I think this Icon Moments promo is about. It's really about taking players that aren't really in the traditional meta of this game, giving them a boost somewhere along the line, and making them a card that you can see yourself using maybe at some point of the year, or maybe some point of the weekend league or in higher division rivals. And this time we're going to be trying out Patrick Kluivert. So guys, let's take a look at his card. And this is a card that a lot of people have been sleeping on. I've been really focusing on those cards. As you guys know, I reviewed Okocha. I've tried out Haji. Now we're trying out Kluivert. And not only has he gotten a massive boost all around to his stats, I mean, look on the screen. He's gotten a 5-star weak foot. This is something I haven't really heard many people talk about. I mean, I didn't even know it until I was looking for players to review, and I was like, yo, hold up. He didn't always have a 5-star weak foot. So let's look at this card. He's 6'2". He has high-low work rates. He's right-footed with a 5-star weak foot and the 4-star skill moves, as you guys see here. I have played 4 games with him in division rivals, and he has gotten a whopping 9 goals and 0 assists. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a big favor, hit the like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, don't be shy. Do me a big favor and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home, as always, for watching this video. So, wait, look at this Kluivert card. I mean, he's not a traditionally meta card in most FIFAs because he's big, he's bulky. Nobody really uses strikers like this unless you talk about the FIFAs of the past. Maybe FIFA 16, FIFA 15. But maybe this Kluivert is different. Maybe this Kluivert transcends the meta with these boosts. And when you look at this card, he looks very promising. The pace has gotten a big boost to 89. The shooting stats are absolutely mental. 97 finishing, 94 attack positioning here. Look like insane stats. Passing wise, he does fit the mold of a big target man striker who could bring other players into the game. I mean, all the stats here are very well rounded. Dribbling wise is where I'm gonna have the big question mark, because as you guys know, dribbling is essential to the meta. It's essential to really creating shots, creating opportunities on this game. Is the 79 agility, 78 balance, 6'2" player gonna feel anywhere close to good on this game? We're gonna see. Of note, also, they also boosted his composure, because if you look at his other cards, they're very low composure, and that's really the thing here. Is the composure and the other stats gonna balance out his poor agility and balance? Physically, you already know he's gonna be a beast with the 87 strength, his stocky body type, as well as the 92 jumping and the 92 heading accuracy. Just for you guys at home to know, I'm playing him as a striker in a 4-3-1-2, and his instructions are to stay central, get him behind. I think this kind of striker, you either want him to play as maybe a target man, false 9, or somebody getting him behind, but where you don't want him is the wing because of his poor dribbling and everything like that. So, without further ado, I'm gonna take you over to our review specialist in the studio, 1-Star Weak Foot. Take it away. Thanks, 1-Star. So, according to Footbin, this Patrick Kluivert card is selling for 1.3 million on the PS4 market. Is he worth it? I think traditionally speaking, if you want the best possible card for 1.3 million, I can't recommend it. But if you're looking to have fun and you're looking for a very, very good striker on this game that defies the actual meta, I think this card's actually not the worst value in the world. We're gonna talk about it. Starting with his pace, he has 89 pace, and honestly, he felt very, very quick off the ball when he made his runs. He feels slow when he's on the ball though. He feels very heavy, very hard to maneuver, but he's somebody that you want a 1-2 pass with. Get the ball with him, pass it to somebody else, and then send him on a run. And he's actually gonna surprise you with how quick he is and how he gets in behind very effectively. Overall, this guy's pace is an 8.5 out of 10. On the ball, he's gonna feel kind of slow. Off the ball, he does enough to get in behind and really keep the opposition honest. Next, we'll talk about shooting, and by George, this guy's shooting is absolutely clinical. Honestly, this guy's shooting was crazy on both feet because there's the 5-star weak foot, and any kind of shot was really on the menu for him. His finesse shots outside the box were actually good. He scored a banger for me with his left foot. Inside the box, his power shots were very nice as well. And as long as you get this guy in the right position in the box, he's gonna finish every single time with his 97 finishing and his 93 shot power. His 94 attack positioning, along with his high-low work rates, makes him somebody who's always on the shoulder of defenders, always making brilliant runs, always finding himself in dangerous areas to attack the ball. Overall, this guy's finishing and shooting overall is a 9.5 out of 10. He actually surprised me with how clinical he was, but maybe I should have been surprised because his stats are mental. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and this is a part of the card I think makes him a very complete target man striker, if that's the kind of big man you want up top, because his passing stats are very well rounded and they definitely do translate in game. With his 86 vision, his 87 short passing, and his 80 long passing, this guy is really the kind of player you'd want maybe to play a false 9, maybe to play with his back to goal, bring other players into the game a la Benzema. And what I will say is that his short passing in and around the box was surprisingly good. He was a playmaker in those tight areas, and his long passing when I sent driven balls to players on the other side of the pitch, or maybe I sent over the top through balls through, were very accurate as well. Overall, this guy's passing is an 8.5 out of 10. He's a solid playmaker, not quite somebody I'd play at the cam position, but it's not because of his passing. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and I highlighted this earlier in the video as a possible weakness, as a big question mark. How did he perform? And what I will say is that you don't buy a card like Kluivert to dribble, all right? If you're buying Kluivert, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You know he's gonna feel clumsy, and that's really what he felt like in game. He felt clumsy. He felt heavy. He felt like turning a truck on ice. I mean, it just wasn't really the way when I was trying to turn him 360 degrees, when I was trying to do quick moves with him. But what I will say is that he does have a little bit of class on the ball with his R1 dribbling, with his left stick dribbling. And with this card, you really want to keep it simple rather than doing too much, because he keeps the ball not that close to his body. So when you do an L1 fake shot, when you do the heel to heel, even if it looks like you have the angle to pull that skill off, sometimes the defender will be able to come at you in between the skill move and take the ball from you. So I didn't really like that. His first touch at times was very, very clumsy, almost like a Lukaku. And I mean, it's not really a surprise with his stat being 84 dribbling. If you think it's an issue, maybe throw an engine chem style on him, maybe throw an artist or a finisher chem style, and maybe that might help it a little bit. But I think with a card like this, with such a big body and just a card that's just this tall, I don't think he's ever going to feel that smooth on the ball. And in my opinion, that's okay, because that's not what you're buying him for in the first place. His 87 composure, which was a big upgrade on his other cards, was definitely noticeable. I finished a lot of shots in tight areas. He actually felt fairly sticky. I'm not sure if it's because of his composure or his big strength, but there were times where he would be dispossessed. He'd move the defender out of the way, take the ball back, shoot the ball, and next thing you know, he's scoring. Overall, this guy's dribbling is a 7 out of 10. Not his best attribute, and honestly, once again, you're not buying him for this. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and this guy was an absolute brute. And if you like strikers like this, you're in for a treat. His 87 strength feels more like it's in the 90s, and I think it has a lot to do with the body type and his weight in game. A lot of things in this game are just based on body type, and this Kluivert card feels very strong. He bullies defenders out of the way, and if you get in behind with him, yeah, just keep on tapping L2 on your PS4 controller, and you're gonna knock that defender out every single time. And if you don't knock him down, you're gonna be holding him off and scoring. You're gonna be laughing. His heading accuracy and jumping was absolutely insane. This guy wins every single header. This guy brought headers back into the game for me. He's very similar to Ronaldo or Player of the Month Calvert-Lewin. He's just so good in the air. And in fact, he scored me a few headed goals where I don't even look for them, but with this card I want to test it, and he did not disappoint. Overall, this guy's physical is a perfect 10 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this card? I think this Kluivert was it was a lot of fun. He's the kind of card who will finish everything. He just bullies defenders for fun, and if you send him in behind and he gets in behind, I mean, you're not going to get the ball from him. Obviously his dribbling is not that great, but everything else about this card is actually very good, and I have to give him an 8.5 out of 10. As far as target man strikers go, he's probably one of the best on this game. Alright guys, so that's going to be my Moments Kluivert review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next episode, but until then,